Hi, this is Tarot Reader, and this is a bi-monthly tarot reading for the Aries star signs. Okay, that is Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. The timeline of this reading is 2nd of September 2017 till 2nd of November 2017 for the next 2 months. So, for the first star sign of this lot, the Geminis, okay, as far as your work life is concerned, there will be a lot of stagnation. Stay away from loans. Be careful with your bosses. If you're working for someone else, there will be struggle, there will be boredom, there will be frustration. And if you're looking for that adventure, don't be foolish. You might create trouble for yourself. There will be issues with your bosses. There will be a feeling where you will feel that the situation or the circumstance is hopeless. You don't have a way out. But somewhere you have to be patient. You have to stick to what you're doing right now. Don't leave the job that you're doing. Don't make changes to your business. And no taking in loans for any business venture. And if you're someone who's in a job life, you don't have to leave your job and start a business. Don't do that in the next 2 months. You'll create more trouble for yourself. Be careful with your food and your diet. Either you're eating a lot of junk food or you're going for those munchies, those spices, and those unwanted heavy oily food. Okay, be careful. Your digestive tract and your spine will be a bit weak. Okay, so that's something you have to be careful. As far as the money is concerned, the financial situation is concerned, I see a young man of your age or a bit younger than you, very aggressive, comes from a good affluent background. His parents are rich, but he's extremely selfish and self-absorbed. He might help you for a time being, but then he will create trouble later on. So be careful with him. If you're planning to do any work with someone you've known from the past, could be a partner, could be a friend whom you wish to end up into a partnership with, avoid that. Okay, the work might get started well, you might make money out of it, but that person will stab you on the back. You have a lot of people in the next 2 months who are stabbing you badly. For the Gemini woman, if you're looking for a relationship, you might meet a guy who's of your age or younger than you, very affluent, very aggressive, but very selfish. He's a guy who literally looks for those random one night stands. Okay, he's not someone who's going to give you commitment. He's someone who's going to go out and speak to his friends that he slept with you. So avoid that. Okay, for the Gemini men, okay, be careful. You might end up making your girlfriends very angry. You might end up making them your enemy. So avoid that. Sometimes being very diplomatic and very cold and very manipulative with your girlfriend doesn't work. So be a bit more sensible. Understand that the other person also has emotions involved, so you cannot take them for granted. Avoid loans because money issues are what I see more chronic. Okay, so avoid any loans and be careful with your siblings as well. Your siblings could also create trouble for you. If someone has suggested an emerald, because that's the stone of your star sign, try and wear it. It might be lucky for you. Emerald is an expensive stone, so if you cannot afford it, you can try a moonstone or an amethyst. Okay, a chunky amethyst and a small moonstone in your purse, in a red purse or red wallet, could work out in your favor. Okay, and stick to darker shades of purple, green, olive green, burgundy, maroon. Okay, and no loans, please. That's one request. Yeah. For the Librans, the coming 2 months is a mixed bag of extremes. Okay, on one end, someone you are trusting is backstabbing you. Be careful with legal troubles. Okay, whether it is driving a car rashly, whether it is a legal notice, whether it is tax problems or disputes with your banks, be careful. There could be some unwanted trouble on the cards in the next 2 months. Okay, someone you trust, someone you love, and someone you have helped out of your way is backstabbing you in a very disgusting way. Okay, you also need to be careful with respect to your relationship life. If you're meeting a stranger or you're meeting someone from a different country or a different race, then that will be a very sexually passionate relationship. That person could also be lucky for you, but you're not keeping a lot of hopes on it. Also, try and avoid connecting that person to your immediate family, because then you might have backstabbers creating trouble for you. Foreign trips will be lucky in the next 2 months. I see some kind of a new relationship or an unwanted pregnancy, a relationship which is very passionate, and maybe you might not take precautions and it might end up into an unwanted pregnancy. So be careful. Emotional happiness is there, but there's also backstabbing. Okay, and if you're meeting a girl in the next 2 or 3 months, especially for the Libran men, if you're meeting a girl before November, she may not be very rich if she's single, okay, but she might love you a lot. So appreciate what you're getting, okay. For the Libran woman, you're getting a man from a different country, then he will be affluent. But if you're trying to get involved with someone from where you are, then that man will not be very affluent or not even resourceful enough or capable enough to take care of you, honestly speaking, on a tangible or a practical level. As far as the finances are concerned, I see legal issues, I see loans which remain unpaid, or you've borrowed money from some people you cannot return. At the same time, I see a lot of passion which is creating sexual tension. Maybe you are craving for someone whom you cannot get, and on the surface both of you pretend as if you all don't matter to each other, but inside the desire, the lust is very strong. Also, avoid doing any marketing related work in the next 2 months, okay. So if suppose you run a business and you want to invest a lot in your marketing budget, okay, so for the next 2 months your marketing budget has to be very low, okay. Your marketing budget will be a pure drain because you will end up wasting that money completely. So try and avoid putting in money into that, okay. The other thing is that if you're doing any business related to alcohol, then the next 2 months you're meeting a lot of powerful people. Yes, alcohol or hotels, if you're into that, you might meet some important people or contacts. There are some people who are backstabbing you. Some people are doing something against you which is pre-planned and you'll not even come to know. You might smell it, but very late. By then the damage is already done. For the Libran men, be careful. You're meeting either married woman or you're getting involved with a sex worker in the next 2 months. Don't take it very seriously because it is only going to give you pain. Yes, the woman will be lucky for you, okay, because you might make some more money when she enters your life, but there's no future to that relationship. Don't even assume that. For the Libran woman,